Hey, how's it going, traders? In this video, we're going to do a recap of 2021 and the top 3 things that I really did learn when it came to trading, and the top 3 things that I'm changing from 2021 to 2022, as well as the rest of my career from here on forward. So here's the top 3 things I learned in 2021. So number 1, shorting is a super easy thing to learn how to do. I've covered shorting a ton of videos, and if you guys watch me trade live, you know that I short all the time now, and it hasn't always been like that. Last year, I kind of made it a point to add to my tool belt. I think 2 years ago was my first short position ever. Really, I was testing the waters. I didn't believe in shorting in the beginning. There's a lot of negative connotation in the trading community about shorting, but I'm surely glad they added it to my tool belt in 2021 because we made a lot of money off of shorting. Now, the reason why I say this is, as you can tell, so far this year, if you started shorting from the beginning of this year, you'd be doing pretty good. And so being able to be a dual trader, make money in either directions, was one of the biggest kind of takeaways from 2021 for me. Super basic. If you guys are obviously a part of the team, you already know the videos on how to enroll in the Hard to Bio program, how to short properly, why I short. It was a huge part of my success so far this year, and I know from here on out I'm going to continue shorting. Not saying I'm going to stop longing, but I'm going to be able to now make money in the negative and the positive direction. So I know we're back in the sketch pad and I'm terrible at drawing, but bear with me, guys. So let's just say that this is example 1 and this is example 2. Now this is why I watch the Nasdaq. Now let's just say the Nasdaq is this green line and it was trading, just kind of consolidating for the day, kind of doing this. Not really, no clear sign of direction, just kind of stagnant. And say in this example, Nasdaq's kind of doing this, kind of going down. Well, if we're trading Tesla, obviously it has to be going in either positive or negative direction. Now Tesla generally follows what the Nasdaq does, but sometimes Tesla can pull away. And let's just say in this example, Tesla's kind of pulling away, having a good green day. That's good. The Nasdaq's not really weighing it down, it's kind of consolidating. However, if the Nasdaq started to go up like this, then Tesla would then go a little bit more parabolic, meaning it would start to go almost straight up because the Nasdaq's going up, so Tesla's going to go up. If there's no negative catalyst that comes out, of course. Now, let's just say in this scenario, it's the same day on Tesla, and it should be going up like this if the Nasdaq was just kind of consolidating. But in this scenario, the Nasdaq's not. The Nasdaq's actually going down. Well, this is actually going to pull down Tesla. It could even be a break-even day, like we saw on Amazon on Friday. I'll show you that example. Or it could even start to pull it down in the negative direction. So the Nasdaq is a really good indicator of what the stock you're going to trade is going to do. And in Tesla and a lot of the stocks that we do trade ended up following the Nasdaq to a T, or ends up following it. Now I don't watch it too much on like the small cap side of things because penny stock doesn't really give a crap what the overall Nasdaq's doing. But like the large cap stocks like Tesla, like Amazon, DocuSign, all those big stocks that we're trading, you really want to keep a close eye on what the Nasdaq's doing because it really can help or hurt whatever move it's doing. Now this can also work in the negative direction. So let's just say in this example, the Nasdaq is actually kind of going on a tear. It's having a solid green day, up 2.5%, really good day. For some odd reason, relief bill or something like that. And we were looking at maybe shorting Tesla below the low of day, because it was looking pretty bearish. Well, if the Nasdaq's doing that, then Tesla's most likely going to bounce and probably continue with it. So you really want to be careful on where you place your shorts when it comes to if the Nasdaq's ripping. You really probably don't want to be trading in a short direction unless there's a really good catalyst and the stock's just falling like a knife, like doing something like this. That's a different story. The Nasdaq's not going to help pull it. But if Tesla's kind of dipping a little bit and you're looking to maybe trade it below the low a day, maybe say the chart looks like this or something, and you're like, okay, I'm going to start my short right here. Well, if the Nasdaq's ripping and you start your short right here and the Nasdaq continues to rip, most likely it'll bounce and continue to go up. So you really want to make sure if the Nasdaq's really green on the day, you probably shouldn't be shorting. You really want to go with the overall direction. The guys that are in my Discord, you know that we have that emoji of me floating around in a lazy river. I use that analogy a lot because because it's true. You want to be going with the current. You do not want to be going against the current. For example, if Tesla's tanking on the day and you're trying to trade it long, you're going against the current because the odds of Tesla continue to go down are very high, and you're trying to trade it to the long side. And the same example goes if a stock's kind of going parabolic, going straight up, you're trying to short it, probably not the best idea. So that's example 2 of what I learned in 2021 and why it's really important to watch the Nasdaq and to watch the SPY. I watched it, but I didn't watch it nearly as much as I do now. I have a whole monitor dedicated to the Nasdaq and the SPY. Alrighty, thank God that sketchpad thing was done. But the last thing I learned is how good trader rehab can be and how cyclical the markets really are. We talked about it in the last video, how we saw a lot of these hot sectors spark a hot market cycle. For example, DWAC sparked a really hot market cycle from October all the way to December, and then after the new year it really cooled off a little bit. It wasn't really much to trade. You really want to watch out for those hot market cycles and understand your position size should change according to the hot market. So we're in a cold market right now. You hear me say the word trader rehab. Means I'm trading with half my normal position size because we're just not seeing the moves like we used to see just a few months back. Now, say in April the market really turns around and we have stocks going crazy, going parabolic, kind of like how we saw Monday and Tuesday with the energy sector and how we made a ton of money on it. That's when you want to start upping your position size a little bit more. Now, if you don't know if we're in a hot market cycle, or not, just ask me or ask anyone part of the team. The way how I know if we're in a hot market cycle is if a lot of the small cap stocks, there's at least 3 to 5 solid opportunities daily. It feels like this week there's 3 to 5 opportunities, maybe a week if we're lucky. So if there's a lot to trade on the scanner, odds are we're in a hot market. So those are the 3 things I really learned in 2021 that I'm bringing with me in 2022 and so on. Now, the thing I do want to stress before we kind of end the video is there's going to be things in 2022 that I'm going to learn that I'm going to bring in 2023 in trading, in 2024. As traders, we have to be able to adapt to certain market conditions. The market changes all the time. We have to be able to adapt as traders or we're going to be left behind. So make sure you're always analyzing your past year, your past quarter, and what you could have did differently and what you really learned and how you can step up your game now. Alrighty guys, hopefully you liked the video. Please comment the top 3 things that you learned in 2021 or if you have any questions about the 3 things that I learned as well. Alrighty guys, I'll see you in the very next video.